Hello.
Hey, Travis.
Hey,
Finally. Good.
I'm sorry I took it so long. I'm here, man. I'm here.
No problem. We have reported about a month ago, the Fox News. They interview you about the AB 2943, and what we did was we put the Chinese translation on that about 4 minutes clip, and within 1 week there have been like more than 6,000 views. So people are really watching. Okay, and then the other thing is we are connected to a large group of Asian, mainly Chinese congregations, and as you know, a lot of Chinese Christians they have not been, historically they don't come out to vote, but now there are awareness and there are zeals also. So I'm being told by the leader of the congregations that we are able to influence at least 50,000 votes, maybe 100,000 votes. So yeah, and a lot of them are hidden ones, but we think they care enough now. All right. So with that being said, that's why they are, our listeners are anxious now to see this interview and to hear directly from you. This is historical. I believe we are the first Chinese congregation interview you. Okay. Now because we are from the faith community. Okay. So first I want to ask you simple and straight questions and that you have the opportunity to directly, clarify and answer the questions.
Good.
Okay, good. All right, first, are you a Christian?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good, great. Okay. Would you mind to share just a little bit of your spiritual walk?
Sure, absolutely. So, look, I was, born and raised in a Christian household, and I went to church, I went to Sunday school.
Okay.
But it wasn't until I was 17 years old. I was living in Finland as an exchange student.
Okay.
And I was bored one day, and so I looked on the shelf, and there was a black book, and it was the Bible. And I thought, I've always called myself a Christian, but I've never actually read this book. I know some of the stories, but I've never read it. So I pulled it down off the shelf. I read it starting at the beginning, the very same words, in the beginning. Page one, I read it all the way through to the very end. And I've actually read it every single day, every day since then. I don't wear my faith on my sleeve, but I simply live it. And I can tell you, they're all of the answers that we ever need. They're all right there in the book. All of the wisdom in the world, it is right there in that book. And it's actually very simple to follow, and that's exactly what I do.
Woo! Wow, I feel I'm being filled by the Holy Ghost now. Okay, thank you.
Love it.
Okay, love it. Okay, now you're standing on the pro-life issue. We know that some pro-life organizations in California did not endorse you, but we know that you are pro-life. So I want you to hear directly and just clarify that.
Absolutely. So my name is Travis Allen. I'm running to be your next governor, state of California. I am 100% pro-life. I'm actually the only candidate in the entire race that has a pro-life voting record. I get a 0% from Planned Parenthood in 13, 15, and 17. They don't like me very much because I want to defund Planned Parenthood. They should never get our California taxpayer dollars. We must also end this practice of selling baby parts in California. It's absolutely abominable. Now, some of my opposition, my opponents in this race, have said, well, Travis, you got a 67% from Planned Parenthood in 2016. And the reason is actually very simple. I voted for a bill that would have made tampons tax-free. So last I checked, tampons had nothing to do with abortion.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it ended up on their scorecard, which is why they gave me that result. But it's very clear that there's only one candidate in the entire race that is pro-life. And it's not just what I say, it's my vote record, and it's also who I've supported. So, I voted for President Donald J. Trump. And as we know very well, I'm the only person in the race that actually voted for Trump.
That's
and
true.
he has been the most pro-life president we've seen since Ronald Reagan.
Yes.
My opponent in the race votes for guys like Jimmy Carter and Gary Johnson, who are pro-choice. So John Cox says he's pro-life, but every record that we ever have shows that he supports pro-choice politicians.
Okay, thank you. That's very clear and straight. And because you actually answered my next question, which is do you believe in defunct Planned Parenthood? You already mentioned that, so we got that answer. Great, thank you. Now I'm astonished when you said that they're selling the baby parts in California, the Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, this is incredible, and it's absolutely abominable. This is a practice we have to stop.
Yeah.
In California, there is this practice where these fetal parts are being sold, and it is wrong. It's abominable. It should not happen in our state. As your next governor of the state of California, I will make sure that it never again happens in California. We must respect life here in our state.
Wow. That is a huge. How do I say that? This is just remind me of like during the World War II. Those the Hitlers killed the Jews, and then even their hairs put into the pillow and sell them. This is the evil never stop. They don't stop at one point. They just keep proliferate if you don't stop them. Okay.
It's worse, exactly right. Which is why we have to win.
Yes. Now, a simple question, because people ask me, if because you are pro-life, and they want to know on some legislation like AB 154, AB 743, 569, 980, those you choose to abstain instead of casting the no vote. Can you explain that?
Yes, very simply. There's the confusion on a lot of people in California that an abstention is the exact same thing as a no vote. It has the same effect. It means you do not support a policy. Mm-hmm. So my opponent in this race, the guy by the name of John Cox, and unfortunately he has been violating one of the 10 Commandments, which is do not bear false witness. He has been essentially lying about me up and down the state, trying to say that somehow I'm not pro-life. I'm the only one that actually has a record of being pro-life in California. So I have never supported anything that was in favor of abortion in California. And whether I voted no or whether I abstained, means all that it means that I do not support these policies. Yeah. The only thing that says you support a policy is a yes vote. And I've been very clear the entire time I've been elected that we must respect and stand for life in California.
Yeah, okay. So the bottom line is, by not giving them the yes note, you actually do not support.
Exactly right. Yes, by abstaining or voting no, it means you do not support the policy. And I have never supported any of these policies, which is why Planned Parenthood actually does not like me very much. They continue to give me 0% on all their scorecards. Yeah, because they need the 41 votes to get the bill passed. They need 41 yes. Exactly correct.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and so without those yes votes, they cannot pass these policies that we don't agree with, which is why on all of their bills, I've always voted no or I've abstained on voting, which means that I do not support their policies.
Okay. Now, the other question, we know that on pro-life, there are different spectrum, and the most conservative one would be like the life start with conception, and I just want to know personally what your belief on that.
Well, where else would it start? I mean, very simply, we know where it starts, right? That's where it starts. I just had a 6-month baby girl. She just turned 6 months a couple days ago. Yeah. And of course, we saw all the ultrasound. You get to watch as your baby develops. The ears, the eyes, and the nose, and you can watch it move around. It's the cutest thing ever. Look, there's no confusion about this.
Okay.
Everybody knows exactly where life starts.
Okay. All right, great. So now that's excellent. Now, so we got that pro-life issue out of the way now. The same-sex marriage, Proposition 8. Did you vote?
Yeah, I am not in favor of. I did vote for Prop 8. I believe in traditional marriage, and I'm a traditional kind of guy. I believe it should be one man and one woman. Yes. This is always how it has, and I think that's the way that people are actually happiest. As we know, this was overturned in the courts, but I've always been very clear in my support for traditional marriage in California.
Okay, thank you. All right, now, thank you for the clarification. I think this make all the questions go away already. Okay,
good.
Now,
good.
Yeah, now, I want to talk about a little bit about the religious freedom. This AB 2943, okay? And in the interview by Fox, you did say that this is going to make selling Bible illegal. They're going to ban because of this. And people, I just checked on the Wikipedia. Travis added Wikipedia, and you may want to have someone correct them on the Wikipedia, because it says you make the false statement. Allen made the false claim that the new bill on California would literally ban the sale of the Bible.
So yes, let's be very clear. AB 2943 very clearly could ban the sale of Bibles in California. It could stop preachers and pastors from doing their work of counseling people. This is, and the Democrat legislators that wrote this bill, they don't want to admit that. But there's no religious exemption in the bill whatsoever. So because they did not exempt it,
that's
absolutely it can be encompassed in the law. And this is how the Democrats in California do it. They try to say that the policy is about one thing, and then before you know it, it turns into something very different. And what they want to do is they want to change how we can practice our religion in the state of California. Very simply, there was a Democrat legislator by the name of Alamer Suchi, who, when he was trying to defend 2943, got up on the floor and he said, "It is time for faith to evolve with the times."
I saw that.
To change the times. No way. My religion is thousands of years old. It goes back to the beginning of time, and it's never changing. I don't care what the California Democrats say. So, as you know, Wikipedia is edited by people in the public.
Yes.
And it's a lot of the mainstream media, and so they like to, anytime we're telling the truth out there, we're always attacked by people in the mainstream media, which is why we always have to fight and do our research. But I've always been the biggest proponent of 2943. We have religious freedom in this state and in this country.
Amen.
It is protected by our First Amendment. We
Amen.
will not allow the California Democrats to take that away from us.
Amen. So yes, I agree. You mentioned a good point. Because they did not say exempt the religious and the faith community.
Yep.
So that I think you that point is very important as a key point there. And secondly, I did watch the debate on the C-SPAN, and I was astonished when you mentioned the other assemblyman. He just came out and demanding the faith community has to evolve. Evolve what? And this is crazy. You are giving us who are you? Who are you to tell us to change the Bible? Who are you?
Yeah. This is like telling God, look, we don't like a little bit of your law. Why don't you just change this part and that part?
Yeah.
I tell you right now, the Bible is not about to change based on what California Democrats are trying to say. Much more likely is that people like us that have faith, that are in the faith community, will stand up for our rights in this United States.
Yes.
We'll stand up for our faith, and we will defend our faith. And we'll send a very clear message to the California Democrats in regards to whatever tries the laws you try to pass and the lies you're trying to tell. We will keep our faith, we will practice our faith, and we will stay strong in our faith, because that is our right in California and the United States.
Yeah, totally agree. I think the lie is very cunning. Just like the ancient snake, in the Garden of Eden. Because I heard that they said that this is about consumer law protection, protecting the consumers, and it's not and then whoever counsel by charging the money or selling the book or conference or whatever, it's a fraudulent practice. And I happen to know the First Corinthians, it talk about the Corinthian church, and there Apostle Paul wrote that some of you before were like those, you did those practices like the gay, the gay sex, whatever, the sodomite or whatever, but now in Christ, you are no longer doing this. That means they are cured, they are being healed. They actually embrace the true agenda that God has perfectly, designed for us and created us to with. And that is written in the Bible. And because of this, then if this bill stands, that means really you cannot sell Bible, because Bible has that instruction there.
Yes. And this is the problem. Once these California Democrats try to tell us what we can and can't believe, when they try to tell us what is fraudulent and what is not fraudulent, now they're censoring anything they want. Even they're censoring our religion, they're censoring our speech, etc. This is very, very bad. This must never be allowed in California or in the United States. This is how countries like China end up controlling their entire population. They tell you what you can read, what you can believe, how you can talk, and what is legal and what is not legal. Let me tell you something right now. We have the First Amendment of the United States. As your next governor of the state of California, I will guarantee that your right to practice your religion will be upheld. And no one will ever be able to tell us that anything in the Bible is fraudulent. The Bible was around a lot longer for the state of California, even a lot longer in the United States, and it's going to stick around a lot longer than any of the governments in the world. We will make sure that we always have a right to believe in our Bibles, own our Bibles, sell our Bibles, and tell everybody else about the good word that's in them.
Amen. Now, I want to talk about your Californian heart. Okay? Yeah, because I read through hundreds of the commenter, the people who left message on the YouTube after watching the debate. Okay, hundreds and hundreds of them. I read a lot of them. And I sense that, your supporters have deep trust that you will fight tooth and nail for California. Somehow I sense that. We want to hear, that you talk about your Californian heart, especially the California surfer's heart.
I love it. So look, my story is very simple. I was born in the state and I was raised in the state. I was born in San Diego, raised 5 minutes from the border in a little town called Chula Vista. I had to watch as my family and friends and even my clients have all left the state. My parents left for Oregon. They wanted to build a home on the coast, but it was too expensive in California. So now they live in Oregon. My brother works for Raytheon, and those jobs used to be in Los Angeles. Now they're in Tucson, Arizona. So that's where he is with his family. My best friend moved to Texas, where he doubled the size of his house, doubled the size of his business, and he pays no state income tax. And I'm an investment advisor. I own an investment advisory company since 2001. I still work every single day because I think that your elected officials should have to live and work in the real world to understand what we all have to go through. That's why I advocate for a part-time legislature. Let them be in the Capitol for 3 months like Texas and Florida.
That's good.
The rest of the time, send them home and make them work a real job. But I'll tell you, my clients started in California, and they've all left. They're in 22 different states around the nation because their families left, their jobs left, and their companies left. I can't leave because I'm a California surfer. There's no waves in Texas unless there's a hurricane. I got to stay right here. When I tell you, I'm in the Guinness Book of World Records for riding the biggest surfboard ever built, and we had 66 people on one surfboard riding waves on the south side of the pier in Huntington Beach, California. I love this state, but we all know the California Democrats have driven the state into the ground. 39 of the last 40 years, the California Democrats have controlled this building right here, the California State Legislature, and they have run our state to the ground. They've given us the nation's highest taxes, highest homelessness, highest poverty, and now rising violent crime. We have to stop this. We have to take our state back. 2018 is our chance to truly take back California. I'll tell you right now, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to win. I believe in fighting, but more importantly, I believe that when you fight to win. This is about the 39 million Californians that have been forgotten by the California Democrats. We are the silent supermajority that believes in common sense, in the rule of law, in secure borders, and in justice. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Travis Allen. I'll tell you right now, I'm a California born and raised, and I will be your next governor of the state of California.
And you are not moving anywhere.
That's right. We're staying right here.
It's
our state.
Yes. Okay. Now, this brings me another question that since you have been assemblyman since 2012, you have seen a lot what's happening there in Sacramento. And for us, grassroots people, live a normal life every day. And we've been so astonished. Okay, we got you back. Now, we are like almost jaw dropped that to see how far, how long and in so many different fronts that the Sacramento government leadership in all areas, on the executive, even in the court, judicial, and also on the legislation. These fronts, so far away from, protecting and doing their duty to protect the law-abiding California. And so I wonder, what happened and what is the motive? And like you said, the common sense, anybody who has got common sense know that it's so wrong and why they stick to the road.
So the answer is very simple. California is not run out of Sacramento. It is run out of the liberal Bay Area of San Francisco.
Oh.
And think about this. Sherry Brown, Nancy Pelosi, Barbara Boxer, Dianne Feinstein, Kamala Harris, Gavin Newsom, every single one of them from the liberal Bay Area of San Francisco. This is the problem. These people are so convinced that we need to go further and further left. Look, they even embarrass guys like Bernie Sanders because they're so far left. This is the problem. We have not only Democrat legislators running our government, we have all of these unelected bureaucrats that don't live normal lives, steal from the Bay Area to now run all of our state agencies and give us all of these regulations and crazy rules we have to have in the state of California. This state has been run for too long by one group, by the liberal Bay Area elites of San Francisco. It is time that we take back the power, that we have representation in the state. So whether you live in the north of the state, in the Central Valley, or in the south in Southern California, we need representation of all parts of the state because this state is in trouble. When you have to drive down the street and you're stuck in the worst in the nation traffic, and you have the second worst in the nation roads, when you see homelessness everywhere you look, on the sidewalks, under the bridges, on the sides of freeways, when 1 in 5 Californians lives below the poverty line, and 15.4% rise in violent crime in the last 3 years alone, not even to mention the illegal sanctuary state and the open borders, that there's a problem in the state. It's that ordinary common sense Californians have not been elected. Ordinary common sense Californians have not paid attention, and the bad guys, the California Democrats, have now taken over. And they have ruined the state exactly like they ruined Detroit, Michigan. Detroit, Michigan used to be the 4th greatest city in the United States. But because it was run by Democrats for 60 years with no Republicans whatsoever, you can now buy a home for $1. And they do farming in the middle of the city. Look, San Francisco's not that far behind. San Francisco has not had a Republican mayor in over 50 years. And now they have massive human waste. 22,000 intravenous drug users shooting up drugs on their sidewalks. Hypodermic needles where kids got to walk to school. And so many car break-ins that every sidewalk glitters with all the broken car glass from 31,000 car break-ins last year alone. Californians don't want their state to look like San Francisco. They want to take their state back, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
I fully agree. I feel like we are almost on the edge of the cliff.
And some people say we've already gone over the cliff. This is the problem. Some people ask, is it too late to save California? And I would tell you it's not too late.
No.
But this is one election. This is the only election that will change California. Look, if you like anything of what I've said, if you believe in the state, if you love your state, you must get out there and vote. You must go to jointravisallen.com and donate and volunteer. Go online to Join Travis Allen on Facebook and like the page and see everything that we're doing. But you have to get involved because this next 8 years, we have to take back our state. In 2016, they said we couldn't win. They said we'd never do it. But we took back our country. In 2018, we're going to take back California.
Yes. Now, there are several crises, and we want to know how do you fix them. First one, the safety and security, the crime issue. Yes. Please, one by one. And Travis.
If we just take a look at crime.
Yes.
So in crime, AB 109, Prop 57, and Prop 47, these are the laws in California that turn felonies into misdemeanors and allow criminals to get out of jail early. This is why a judge just ruled last month that over 10,000 sex offenders are going to be released early from jail in California. This is absolutely wrong. We must repeal all of these laws.
That's why my friend told me that his wife told him to buy a gun for her. a few months ago, I said, "What, your wife? Like, I couldn't imagine, like a traditional Chinese woman want to have, a gun." And why? And because she started to feel it's unsafe in California.
Yes, yes, and this is true. People are unsafe across the state. Look, violent crime has decreased for 20 years in California because we are the state of three strikes. But because of these three soft-on-crime laws of the California Democrats, violent crime has now risen by 15.4% in the last 3 years alone. We must give everybody in California the right to protect themselves. Amen. This is why I get an A and an A+ from the NRA and the Firearms Policy Coalition.
Amen.
California should be a shall-issue CCW state. So everybody has the right to protect yourself, whether you're at home or whether you're walking down any street in California, anytime, day or night. And let me tell you something. When the criminals see that little old lady walking down the street with her purse, they're going to think twice about mugging her, because I'll tell you right now, when Governor Travis is your governor of California, that little old lady's going to be packing, and she's going to have the ability to defend herself in our state.
Yes, because now you got release these criminals, you open borders, sanctuary city, and you don't want your citizens to have guns. So who's going to protect us?
That's exactly right. Why should my wife at 10:30 at night, when she's going grocery shopping, when she's in the grocery store parking lot, why should she have to call me if she feels unsafe?
Yeah.
Why should she have to call a police officer? Why should she have the ability to protect herself? Yeah. And this is our Second Amendment rights. And as your next governor, we will make sure that we're a shall-issue CCW state, but we'll also repeal the handgun roster that does nothing in California. And we'll get rid of that ammunition registration of Gavin Newsom. We will respect and protect our Second Amendment in California.
Amen. Now, I applaud your, you call for arresting. Jeff Sessions come and arrest the Attorney General in California, Javier. Yeah. I applaud for that. I think that's brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, look, it's very simple. We either have laws or we don't.
Yeah.
We are a nation of laws. We are a constitutional republic.
Yes.
Which means that our whole country is founded on the U.S. Constitution, which has greater power than any president, any governor, any legislature anywhere. And it says very clearly that immigration is a federal power. Javier Becerra, the criminal attorney general of California, recently said that if you're a California business and you help federal immigration authorities do their constitutional duty, that he would prosecute you.
Yeah.
Look, this is exactly like a mafia boss telling a witness, if you
Oh,
tell me
yeah.
that, I'm going to get your kneecaps, right?
Yeah.
It's illegal. It's unconstitutional. It is criminal obstruction of justice. And for that, Javier Becerra must be arrested and he must be prosecuted, because we must enforce the law in California.
Yeah, and he even brought out 30 lawsuits against Washington, D.C., against the federal government, like wasting our taxpayers' money. Yeah, that's crazy. So
That's right. That's right.
yeah, this got to change. Now, the economy. I sense that you are, you see the big opportunity that Trump's economy policy is working big time, and California seems to seem to miss the wave. It's missing that wave to catch that wave. Can you explain more? And there are business exodus everywhere.
Absolutely. So Donald Trump, when he cut taxes across the country last year, created over $8 trillion of new wealth in the United States.
Yeah.
This made Apple bring back $315 billion, creating 30,000 new jobs. Home Depot gave out $1,000 bonuses. Even Walmart was raising wages for workers.
Yeah.
This caused the lowest unemployment ever on record for African Americans and Latinos. Lowest jobless rate since the year I was born in 1973. This is incredible. The problem is it is not happening the same degree it could in California.
Yeah.
Because we have the nation's highest income tax, the nation's highest sales tax, and then of course this gas tax that we just raised, and also, all of these other fees we have to pay in the state. What we need to do in California is counter these taxes. Bring that economic prosperity back to California and allow California to put flows on there just like we did the national. this will be the best economy you could ever see in the next 10 years in California.
Okay, yeah, that's great. Now, education, and I was in one of your fundraiser, dinner, and you're saying that, we should fire those teachers who cannot couldn't educate their own students.
Well, look, here, this is very clear. Our education system is failing our children, right?
Yeah.
Our kids used to be the best in the nation. Now our schools are 46 and 47.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Only 30% of our ninth graders are ever expected to finish a four-year college degree. What we have to do in California is hold the teachers and the children accountable. We have to test these children when they're going into the grade so we know where they start. Then we test them when they go out of the grade to make sure that they've learned what they need to go on to the next grade. Skills like reading and writing and math. And we have to get rid of statewide mandated Common Core and all the leftist propaganda in our schools.
Yeah.
We have to bring that back to the district level to let our local districts decide what's right for their children. But no longer will we allow fifth graders to be reading at the second grade level, right? You have to ask yourself, why do we have all these tutoring centers around California? Why can't our schools do our job?
Right.
And the answer is because they've been allowing kids to advance in grades without learning what they need. When I'm your governor of California, we're going to bring back accountability. No longer will every child get a trophy. You're going to have to earn your education in California.
Now, you mentioned the Common Core. A lot of, including myself, listeners, we are not very familiar with this issue. Can you elaborate a little bit?
Yes. So, the state has mandated what we have to teach our children. And the problem is they recently changed. So it's different than when we went to school when we were kids. This new curriculum they have is not as effective as what we had. And our kids are being failed. This is why we have tutoring centers across every community, right? And now what they're doing too is they're bringing in all of this leftist propaganda, they're bringing politics into our children's classrooms. They have one job. They're paid for by the state to teach reading and writing and math, right? Teach the basic skills, and that's what we need to get back to in California. And while we're at it, we have to give every parent the choice in California to send their kid to the very best public school or the very best public charter school or even homeschool their children if they wish.
Bring in the competition.
California.
Bring in the competition to the even education.
Absolutely. Let them compete so our children get the best education.
Yes. Okay. Road condition. When you said that we don't need any tax increase, and I think if I hear it correctly, you said we have $7 billion sitting, but it's not being.
So this is the story. So Assembly Republicans came up with a plan 2 years ago to fix our roads and expand our freeways with no new taxpayer dollars. We would have taken $7 billion out of the existing state budget to do that. Instead, the Democrats didn't want that because they always want to raise your taxes in California. They passed a $52 billion tax. $52 billion. And of that money, less than 35% will ever go into our roads. And not one penny can be used for any new general purpose freeway lanes anywhere in the state of California. It can only go to toll lanes, bike lanes, and bus lanes, and yes, even trains. So I'll tell you right now, we didn't need that new tax. We have plenty of money to fix our roads and expand our freeways, get you out of traffic. And in my very first budget, as your next governor of the state of California, I will defund that high-speed rail, and I will return all of the money back to you, the California taxpayer.
Totally agree. Now, you also said after all these years you serve in the assembly, now you realize that the most effective way to bring the change that California need is to take the top position. So would you please elaborate that?
Look, so I have served the California legislature for the California people since 2012. I have always stood up for you. I have a 100% vote record of fighting all the tax increases, of always being tough on crime, and making sure that our laws are the best laws in California. Unfortunately, there's too many Democrats there. And I will tell you that after 6 years, I know without a doubt, there is no way to take back California through the state legislature. The only way to truly take back our state and make this once again the greatest state in the nation is to be the next governor of the state of California. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So my name is Travis Allen. I am the most conservative member of this California state legislature that I stand right outside of right now. now. I will tell you that this is your state. It belongs to you. We need to lower our taxes. We need to get tough on crime. We need to fix our roads and expand our freeways. Fix our broken education system. Complete our California state water project so we have plenty of water. And yes, reverse the illegal sanctuary state and finally get voter ID in California. My name is Travis Allen. I will be your next governor of the state of California. And together, we're going to take back our state.
Okay, great. One of the last questions, or one last question. Last Friday, I believe, okay, President Donald Trump tweeted that he fully endorsed John Cox. And I spoke to a lot of people who are Trump supporters and who are Travis Allen supporters also. Yeah, and first, what's your response to that?
So listen, unfortunately, Trump got some bad advice. I am the only candidate in the race that supported Donald Trump, voted for Donald Trump, even wrote op-eds in favor of Donald Trump, even before he was elected. And I am the only one that believes in his policies. For instance, this other guy, John Cox, was a never-Trumper. He didn't even vote for Donald Trump in 2016. He voted for Gary Johnson, who believes in open borders, legalized drugs, legalized prostitution, and he's pro-choice as well. In addition, and John Cox does not believe in the border wall. I'm the only candidate that believes we need to secure the border. John Cox wrote a book in 2006. He said he didn't think a wall was necessary. When he ran for president in 2007, he said he parted company with those who want to build a wall. And even this year, talking to Univision, to Latino audiences, he said the wall was not a good idea. There's only one candidate that actually supported the president and believes in the agenda of making America great again, and that's Travis Allen. So what we got to do is that Donald Trump made the wrong endorsement. The problem is in California, the political establishment for a long time has lost the state, 20 years straight. Donald Trump, unfortunately, made the wrong endorsement here. He's made other wrong endorsements like Luther Strange in Alabama. And we know that in 2 weeks we'll know the truth, and that's that Travis Allen will be elected in the top two. And I know the very next day my phone will be ringing. And it's going to be Donald Trump on that line. And he's going to say, you know what, Travis, I made a mistake. There was only one candidate in the race that actually supported me and will make California the greatest state in the nation. That's Travis Allen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say, welcome aboard, brother. We always supported you. It's great to see you here in California. Let's go take back our state.
I spoke to the church, really like, my inner circles, and even after the endorsement last week, and I sense that the Trump voters, they are going to support Travis, because it's the same genuine elements. It's not about a person. It's the elements. It's genuine, grassroots. And we are local people, we know what's best for California, and then there's a trust level issue also.
Yes.
The how deep can you trust the candidate? And so when you sum all these together, that's how Donald Trump win too. And common sense.
Exactly.
So we're glad that you remain, very confident. I think, I feel like the enthusiasm and the support are going to surprise after at June 5th we're gonna
absolutely
there will be
it's very clear. There's only one candidate that was born in California and raised in California. One candidate has a rock solid vote record. There's only one conservative in the race. We don't need a guy from Chicago who's lost every race he's ever won. We don't need the political swamp. What we need is the youth, the energy, the passion, the fire to not be in the number 2 spot, but to be the number 1, to be the next governor of the state of California. And that's exactly what we're going to do.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I think this is very fruitful. This interview is very fruitful.
Thank you so very much. And listen, I will tell you right now that this campaign is for every single person in California. Everyone has been forgotten and left behind. All the polls, all the media said that we'd never win in 2016. But you know very well that we won and we have a brand new president because of it. Now today, the mainstream media is against us. the polls are going to say whatever they're going to say. But we all know very well that there's only one candidate that will take back California.
Yes.
I'll tell you something right now. You remember that when David fought Goliath, Goliath was this huge giant, and he was taunting all of the army.
Yeah.
And David said, "Who is this uncircumcised
Amen.
Philistine
Amen.
who dares taunt the armies of the living
Amen.
God?"
Amen.
And Goliath laughed at him because he said, "It's just a little boy."
Yeah.
But David knew that he had God on his side. And I'll tell you right now, brother, we got God on our side. We got the
Amen.
whole state of California that needs to be saved. It doesn't matter the forces against us.
Yeah.
This is one race that we will win. And
Amen.
when we do, everybody in California wins. The church wins.
Yeah.
Our faith community wins. Every Californian that just wants to make ends meet and live the California dream is going to win. So join me. to take
Amen.
back our state.
I think we are in agreement. I think that there's a lot of faith community members that we are in agreement. Also spiritually, with you, because just like you say, this is by the Spirit of Jehovah, the Spirit of the Lord. He put people on the throne and he dethroned people. It's all up to him. But he is just need a leader who is God fear, not the fear of men, but the fear of God. And who is righteous and just. And that's all he needs. And once he have that person, he will do the mighty and great things through that. And we have seen how all the things change, the atmosphere changed. All of a sudden, the enemy stronghold got broken, and so just during the past 1 year, so many things happened. And now the embassy is in Jerusalem. This has never been, like 70 years. We've never been imagined that. Now it's in the history. So all it takes is one righteous, God-fear candidate and leader that God put on the throne, and he will just rule through that.
Amen to that. I tell you right now, you've seen everything that's happened, and you've seen how far done. This is our time. This is our state.
Travis, we lost your voice for the last 1 minute. I need you to repeat. Hey, Travis, we lost you. We lost your voice for the last 1 minute. I need you to repeat.
Okay, great. Are you ready?
Yes.
So this race is very, very clear. Look, we all know that the California Democrats have ruined our state. We all want to stay here. This state belongs to us, not to them.
Amen.
We know that things have gotten so bad that there is only one way to change this, and that is by fighting. And when we fight to win. They said we could do it in 2016, but we did. They're saying we can't do it in 2018, but we will. But what we need is a true Californian, born here and raised here, who can fight those California Democrats and Gavin Newsom on that stage and win every single time. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Travis Allen. Join me together. Let's take back California. Find me at jointravisallen.com. Find me on Facebook at Join Travis Allen. But join me, and together, let's take back our state. It belongs to us. It's about time we take it back.
Amen. Thank you very much, Travis.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure. Take care now.
Shalom.
Well, my pleasure. Great seeing you, brother.
Okay.
Shalom.